And they've taken up control towards Lamps. Victor there's to take it now. Ollie off the default plant. Som now starting to get that plant down. Trailblazer round to the side here. No connection really there, but the orbital strike clears out towards Lamps.
Good work putting up the wall there from Finesse, because otherwise everybody on Zeta would have had a firing line.
Retaking that ground now.
Scout destroyed.
Everybody really just pushed up into short. Flash not receiving anything here. NRG gonna try and weather this one. They do have lineups as well to just buy them that extra time. Finesse going to be holding for that one right here. Needs to be a bit of a tap, maybe a chance or an attempt on it, but already look at it. Snakebite sailing. 10. Will he get half onto this one? He does, but still the Snakebite's falling. Leave it to just Sugar Zero. It falls apart. Prime game in Flawless.
What a turnaround, what a difference there.
Clean slate.
And a great response to Zeta pushing down short. That's something that we've seen NRG get caught by earlier on in this half. It's a nice idea, a good way of being able to generate fights early. And yet Ardis perfectly positions himself, instead of trying to take an early fight, just spraying into that, anticipating people to push. And Finesse was able to send out a Snakebite and then evacuate through Market to avoid being punished by 10. Laz is going to pick up a judge here. And no armor as well on Finesse. He's forgotten to buy.
Uh-oh.
That might be an error. I mean, it is an error, but we'll see whether it ends up getting punished.
Sometimes calling a little bit too much.
We've definitely seen people like Boaster do that in the past. It's the IGL's issue.
Just forgetting.
In the meantime, it's Ardis that looked like he might be under pressure early on. It's a double push from Zeta into Showers, but not through Showers, at least not just yet.
Just trying to hold that space here. Ardis left to contain it. There is a good trade. That was slightly delayed. Ardis anticipating it from a different angle.
Oh, and a guiding light sent out from Crow over towards B-Long. And the rest of NRG will be able to hear that. They'll know that Zeta have bad information about how many NRG players are around.
Trailblazer,
it's only Laz.
showstopper. It's only Laz. He brings him down.
The Trailblazer didn't see Laz.
And the rocket did not get fired.
A tragedy from the duo of Crashes and Victor, who have normally got that play refined and down. That is saving grace for Zeta, who only had a single player defending, and Laz held his ground.
Now Crow trying to help them out. Snakebite towards the back there. That's going to cancel it out of the dog. Vulnerable to up.
30 seconds.
Molly sent flying. Crow.
Dodgy swing.
Yeah. Dodgy, but really just being pushed out into the open. The smokes as well. Sugar Zero's laid one down for them to really work around here. Molly at the feet. Laz gonna move around here. Spots it out. Damage done still. Som will drop. Crashes close to the corner though. There's not really any time left. 10 brought it to the 1v1. Finesse, he is low. Single bullet. They'll do the job, but it's done it. 7-4.
Scramble of the movement there towards the end. Finesse trying to jump back into the tube, knocked his head. Took a bullet. 7-4. Zeta, no matter which way this ends up, with an excellent defensive half on buying the map that they picked. Things are scrappy towards the end there. I'm sure a lot of people will be analysing that round back. Oh, would the armor have made a difference there in that final moment? But to be honest, I think
Let's go, Viper.
in that kind of situation, Finesse had
here we
his
go.
work cut out winning a duel. This is similar to the pistol round.
Yep, here it is. Flash held by Crow. No noise being made. Stun, flash, combo, push together. Satchel is good to disengage. Victor taking damage, and finally, there is the reinforcements. NRG favoured in the outcome in the skirmish. Sugar Zero.
What a play.
No way, man, no way. Close to the corner, Ardis anticipating.
And the punish game, excellent here from NRG. That movement from Victor, sublime to avoid it. Both him and Ardis springing the trap without anybody taken down. Watching this retake potentially, I mean, they're going to go for it in the 2v4 for sure, because it's the final round, but it's an approach from both sides.
Orb to cross. Laz, he needs energy. There we go.
Barely going to get past.
Avoids it.
He's made a footstep. I don't think Ardis will be able quite to hear that.
Chance for a timing. It is the final round of the first half. Got to put everything towards us now. No use saving, but really running out of time. 10 out towards the open there, the high ground angle. And Laz, it's only saving grace being that, he wasn't nobody made a footstep, made a noise. Adjustment, but still time working against him. You can start to hear it ticking in a triple face. Impossible to get through. So that is a salvaged half, I would say, for NRG, considering where they were starting off at.
Certainly.
7-5.
Certainly salvaged by NRG, but a nice lead from Zeta. You know, things working on their defense side, hitting shots, finding their moments. And so overall, I think both teams will be fairly happy heading into the next half and just looking to cruise forward with the momentum.
Yeah, certainly will. Big lead, you never know. A pistol round might just make all the difference here, but let's send it back down to the desk. You haven't heard enough of them just yet.
Oh, hello, friends.
Funny seeing you here.
Remember us? We're back.
Hey, guys.
Well, let's talk about what we saw. So, I think, Sean, serious face. Yeah. Really, I think the star of this one, you know, really got to look out over toward the Neon. You got to see what Zeta's doing with that. And it's really throwing a spanner into the game plan of NRG.
Yeah, I think Depp had a lot of success early on in this game. 10 even opened up several rounds as well. Mimi, like you pointed out, the stall smokes on the site. But this pistol round opener is what really got things started, in my opinion, for Zeta. And then stopping the showstopper here at Long B. I thought Depp just had a lot of individual moments throughout this game that shut down all of the heroics where typically FNS thrives.
And that's in such contrast to the Fnatic game where it was Depp getting rolled over and opening kills. He was going for some of those same plays, taking some of those same risks, and it was never working out. Not a single first kill on their defense there. But here, they get 7-5 on Bind, which I think is more than most people would have bargained for against NRG on this map. And going into the second, I think that this comp can still be pretty strong on the attacking side. You have a lot of opportunities to pinch together with your double duelists into sight. Have Neon go up long, we'll raise double satchels out back sight on B. You can do similar ideas on A. Paper X institutes similar ideas. Well, not with the Neon, but to really good effect. And NRG, I think it's pretty unlikely they've played against a comp like this.
Yeah, and I think this Neon is about to send it right now. I think the Raze can take fast showers control with this guy. I think the Neon can be zooming up short A. They're going to be doing fast A hits. They could get super fast B long control. And on this new version of Bind, getting that teleporter control at B long so you could pivot between sites is so important.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out for Zeta Division. All NRG need is 2, and they're back in it to send it back over to Brennan Sideshow.
Yeah, we'll find out. Pistol round. I mean, it's so damn important here. 7-5. It can be the difference between evening it up, and you're going to see a clash immediately. The battle lines are drawn. And NRG seeking to overextend past their own here. Look at this, already pushed up with the crossfire. Util not really ready for it, just still holding the guns. And neither side willing to make a move with the wall going up. Victor is in their faces! And Zeta, they jump on the chance, they pounce upon it.
4 players posted there from NRG. None of them able to get a single kill. All of them falling to Zeta.
And this is a pistol round win. It's inevitable. Finesse. Would have to be a masterclass and more, wouldn't it? Nah, I mean, the class is just not doing it for him. Prime game of flawless.
Great way to begin the attack half from Zeta. A pistol round that they, you know, had some... They had clearly bought some utility to go for some kind of A hit. Weren't maybe expecting the fight to come to them quite as quickly. But Victor swung there, taking a fight that the other 3 players can't help him with, trying to find a timing on one individual, and I don't think NRG will have been hoping for the entirety of Zeta to be waiting for them.
Also just maybe expecting to just only find one player when the wall's up.
Certainly. There's another clash. 3 players from NRG defending Shower.
The flash connects, and they've given up on the area. No, what they have not. I mean, I stand corrected. Depp.
How's he gotten out there without a single point of damage?
Idea. He's on 150. He survives, though.
3-player stack kind of hoping to drive Zeta reactively into B, where Finesse waits with a shorty and Ardis has 3 bullets in the headhunter. NRG are gambling here, hoping that it wasn't going to be a commitment to A, and Zeta have gone straight into that weakness.
Do still need to clear showers. Diligence needs to be shown there as well, but NRG over towards the back of the side tap. See if there's some util. Showers is there, so there's the plant. No control over towards Lamps. This is flank now occurring on top of that, so NRG working behind them. Really seeing if they can do some damage, but if one area is not watched for, could definitely slip out of their control here for Zeta Division.
It's the flank battle here.
Yeah, Laz needs to really put a stop to it, and he does. It's the fight towards the back of the site. So, Prime Gaming Flawless once more. Very healthy with the guns. 9-5, Zeta Division.
Go, go, go.
Starting to see, you know, real semblance as well of why they picked this one. It feels like at times as well that these rounds are falling into their hands.
But I think it's also great work around the map.
Yeah, they're capitalizing off it, right?
They're prodding towards showers, just looking to try and get a little bit of information. Yeah, Dep's a little fortunate to survive with his full HP, but he didn't really fully commit to the fight. It's not like he was going to go down. So they prod, and then they re-clear through short. It's a nice attacking round. Zeta are all bunched up again, though.
Interesting. I mean, Zeta, I think of his team, slow default, spread out. That's how they like to play it. This time grouped up, 4-1 split. Molly and a nade already going to be used here. 10 was ahead of it all. I mean, he must have just got chunked down by all the utility. Laz late on that one. Snake bite dropped. Wow, that was
bold from
vulnerable.
Victor.
Yeah.
Swings straight through the snake bite from Laz. Maybe feeling it a little. He didn't have the greatest attack half. NRG, when they played against Billy, did make some level of recovery playing on defense on split. Just didn't end up being enough in that specific instance. Now they find themselves in a 5v3, massively favored to dismiss this bonus round. But Ardis has got his work cut out for him.
Here's them moving past him. Trademark is gone. He's still got his TP towards the back. And yep, okay, there is safety there. Victor. So his teammates back. Snake by missing.
Missed.
Yeah, doesn't push them off this plant. 8-10 flying. Smoke still to play around. Flash in the hands of Crow. He's ahead of it. He blinded himself. Victor comes out the victor. Damage definitely done to these players still, but it's NRG with massive control of the map and the site here. All they got to do is try and isolate these fights out. Damn! He's got 2 of them down. DDS with a Bulldog. Sugar close though. Can't win that one, so saw him eventually. Safe hands.
NRG again needing to be bailed out by Som in that moment after a huge play from Dep. Som, in fact, is swinging ahead of Crashy. He's not really relying on the team play to bail them out of those kind of situations. Instead, just taking the duel. He's good for it, though. Been a massive firepower addition to this team, I think. And that's an unfortunate moment from Crow. Looked like the timing could have potentially made something happen there. And that's a 3v5 that does end up getting a little dicey. Now there's 10 seconds for Dep to figure out a buy. He's not just going to leave himself the overdrive.
I mean,
they're just going to send it then.
It depends what the plan is, yeah, exactly. If they're going to send it, which they are, it's popped off immediately over the top. Ardis has to back away from this one. Stun close towards it. They want to squeeze towards showers, and they've gained control of it now, but there's another crunch. Victor with the Trailblazer. Into the corner, though, right into the sightlines of it, and the plant not denied. Spam into it, but Ardis has to respect it. Back TP, there's a judge in his face. Sugar Zero, that's his territory now. You do not want to wade into it. Satchel round with the flash. That is impeccable, but it's still got a crossfire.
Gutting for 10. What a play.
Som keeping his IGL safe. Surviving on 5 health here, but again, yeah, you don't want to be walking into lamps, not with a judge there. A warning shot rattled off. Do not step closer.
Finesse getting healed up by Crashies, who used the space gained by Victor to retake showers. This is tough.
It's down towards them as well. Kills be flowing on either side. Lines it up. The nade or the molly missed. Yep. To tap, you have to force this one out into the open. Sugar Zero body checked it. Will die and will force some sticking onto half. Spray transfer not intact. So NRG barely, just barely win the round.
And it's Som again that helps them over the line. The Sugar Zero, I would expect a player of his caliber to have some kind of molly lineup from lamps and not just have to kind of chuck that one on the fly and then jump towards the person who tapped with a judge. Maybe getting scrambled in that moment slightly, or from inside the smoke couldn't see a lineup that he would usually use.
Yeah, potentially.
These are 2 close rounds now that have gone the way of NRG with their diffuses on A. But it has hurt the Zeta economy. Dep's going to be able to hero rifle here along with Laz because he only used his overdrive in the prior round, and Zeta are fast again. This is so different to the way that Zeta would usually play. Quite a slow team, but have demonstrated the ability to pick up the pace in the past.
Hey up, Ardis. Oh, he's alone. Into this position here. Smoke, drop, damage.
Needs help.
Done to him, man. He definitely needs help. He's
Maybe
just
not.
firing blindly into it. It's a lurk attempt. Brought down to their knees.
Doing it all on his own here, Ardis, isn't he? That's twice now that NRG have gone for that Trailblazer through the showers teleport to be able to follow it instantly with a player. It was Victor taking a duel that got traded out quite nicely in the prior round, and this time Ardis gallivants through on the back of the Tasmanian Tiger.
Yeah.
No wonder they're extinct.
I mean, we've seen NRG. I mean, they are taking some risks with how they're playing with this one. I mean, Victor now, I think back to him, swinging through the snake bite, vulnerable up taking the fight, but not shying away from it. They want to take the fights through showers.
They definitely do. I don't know what it was about this kind of extended technical
30
pause
seconds
and then the halftime too, but they seem like they've come out with the intention to deliberately take duels against Zeta. And they're not taking silly duels at the beginning of the round where Zeta are pushing really quickly and overloading with utility, but they're actually trying to refight for space. And they're not afraid of taking the duels when it's required. The way that Zeta are playing their attack side, there's a huge amount of utility and map control being gained within the first, 10 seconds? And then NRG have a little pause, they back up, and then they refight for the space. And so far, that plan is working really well. We need to see an adjustment from Zeta. Despite being in the lead, it feels like they're losing control just a tad.
Look at this again from Ardis. I mean, many chances for him to just get overwhelmed. He's on 19 health, spamming with a Vandal there.
Enemy remaining.
That's what I'm talking about. They look very confident to force the duels.
Yeah.
Confident that they are going to win them if they do force them.
Keep this string of rounds going, honestly, NRG. They've got the ults for it.
Ardis also with the tour de force, I think is up on top of truck there.
I did.
It's going to catch, so there's some info. Snake bite dropped.
So it's good utility. Not a huge amount of it, just a snake bite and the stun to get the whole of B long. Good flash to get off the angle as well, so the Death and Crow can peek from
But here it is.
multiple sides. There's
Don't
the
stop.
refight.
Oh, the movement. It's beefed. Straight down. Fuse is burning all the way down, and there will be no kills.
But it's very similar again. Zeta use a lot of utility, or at least a bit of utility, at the start of the round to get map control. NRG take it back. There's no kill gained, but now B long belongs to the defenders.
Do still have a minute. Time to work with. Orbital strike. Finesse needs to be careful about playing in lamps here.
Zeta are taking a pause over towards A as Depp and Crow contact reclear, making sure that Victor hasn't pushed deep into Fountain. This is wasting a lot of time from Zeta.
Blinded.
Dog. Up and broken. Crow just trying to fake his presence to force rotations, which has achieved the goal.
30 seconds left.
It's the Seekers, even everything being offloaded to try and sell this fake over towards B. And yeah, it's just Ardis left alive. Plenty of time still left to rotate into this one. Can they deny the plant? Maybe. Players getting in. Trademark broken. 15 seconds.
The rendezvous.
Got to get a move on.
It would allow Ardis to try and swing through the smoke there. The nade, possibly going to do the job.
Yeah, Sugar Zero sticking. This one still has his ult as well. How does he choose to use it? Jows is there. Seekers over the top. Pointing them in the right direction here for NRG. There, he's so far ahead of that. There's no smoke to really block that one. Molly at their feet. Here's the orbital strike. That's just the one kill.
How does that catch Ardis?
Yeah, only onto Ardis here. 4 versus 4. It's all over the place. Into lamps. So the next duel is going to be taken. Almost there with a transfer, but it's 1 for 1. Victor backing away. I'm running ever so slightly low here. Finesse just holding for this smoke in this position. Wins that fight out. Catching all the available angles. Leaving it just to Crow. And Crashies. So consistent.
NRG diligent on the retake. These A retakes are happening over and over again right now. Zeta getting funneled into them because they don't have the space across the rest of the map. And NRG are putting a focus on making sure Showers is cleared out before they go and get rid of any players towards lamps and short. The protocols look excellent on these retakes. And they're also putting Zeta players in uncomfortable spots. You saw from Depp there as he just sprinted from around where he was at default over towards triple. Just taking a single fight. They had a Brim ultimate. They used it almost immediately afterwards. If that had been synced up, perhaps, maybe it generates a pick, causes chaos in the NRG camp, and things go the other way. But right now, NRG have figured something out and look like they're about to take the lead again.
Yeah, they're definitely in control of this map. I'd say they're definitely just getting pushed into all of these unconventional fights, I will say, but NRG really good with the retakes. It's been working out for them. So timeout, adjustments need to happen here for Zeta.
And here's what I would suggest for Zeta. I mean, they're going into a bit of a wonky buy round, but once you get to a round where you really feel like you have a chance to win it, contact plays at the start of the round are going to be really useful against what NRG are doing. NRG are just giving you the space at the start because they know they're going to be able to take it back afterwards. So if you can creep up on them, they're not going to realize that you're there. You might even have an opportunity to take picks early.
Well, contacting, tour de force for Ardis.
Yeah. Probably the worst time to implement my advice, to be honest. We'll see whether
It's going to be hard.
See whether that's punish.
There's a snake bite. That will catch onto it. Stun is good, actually. Forces the TP, so it's going to be away from that angle. And instantly Finesse is there. Can't be rushed upon because of the molly that was laid down a little bit earlier.
This is now an incredibly solid hold towards B. You have to either contest Ardis, who has this sightline and a trademark, or you go through Finesse's pit. Either way, B just looks fairly horrible, which has allowed NRG to stack 3 players on the other side. Ardis not particularly worried about someone crossing into Hookah. He can still take this line because of the trademark. Everybody on Zeta is still trying to flood through. They're going for this.
Might be a bloodbath. It might be brutal. Here it is. Smokes. The dropped gives the indicator. There's immediately a wall in their face as well. It does block Ardis off the sideline. Stunned up, but, well, just hits the kneecap. 10. Taken straight out, but the site is theirs. They don't have control of B long. Still, might become a problem. The later portions. Trailblazer, that's a connection into the smoke. Depth. Will he evade? Capture here. Everybody, it's all onto Crow. Up to the top, though. Brought down. And Laz has made all the footsteps. Crashes has exactly the right idea. And the lead goes now to NRG.
Great defensive round from NRG then. Difficult for Zeta to even have a chance on getting in. The fact that the defensive wall was used by Finesse did offer them an opportunity, but as Ardis manages to find just the, like you said, the kneecap there, lands the kill with the tour de force, wouldn't have even done it with an operator. But then the flood came back through off the back of Crashy's Trailblazer. Zeta are struggling currently. This is a double duelist composition and they cannot find a foothold on attack.
Try and run it back somehow. Gliding. Dodged. Ardis is spotted out here. Of course, still has the rendezvous. Just waiting it out. Pulls that util out of them. That's what the chamber's so good for. But this time there is that instant reaction. Trademark is broken. Laid into the back with a snake bite. A little bit disjointed though. And the rest of NRG. Their teammates now rejoining them over towards the site.
There's 4 players ready here to defend. These smokes have been used very early on. Some doesn't have any left, and there's still a minute on the clock. So if Zeta pump the brakes, they might be offered an opportunity to find picks with the Sheriff.
Slowing it down. Leaving just 10 into a forward position, forward angle. Actually deciding and deliberating what they want to do. The flash is bad info.
And to be honest, of all the players to insert, 10's got a stinger. You know, he's not really even going to be able to look for picks with the Sheriff.
That's dodgy.
There's one.
Yeah, the flash connected. Ardis wanted to try and get back up onto that angle. Thought it was safe with the rendezvous, but it's brought down, taken out with 35 seconds left. There is a lurk attempt.
And this is what Laz did based off the B pressure in the previous round. It's just that Zeta committed and all died on B before he could do anything.
And if they're going to be running over to A off this presser, I mean, Victor could just be the player here and now to deny this one. He's got a nade still waiting. And time is running low. Orb in their face, a bit of spam here. He's got the lineup, he's already pinging it out.
That was
there
good
it is.
damage to 10.
Rebounding, 10! Has to get off of it. And this is really brutal now. 8 seconds, anything else? On the backside of this one though, NRG don't have it.
So 4v5 where NRG need to use utility or double face even to get out into backside.
That's sort of showstopper now.
This is difficult. Zeta, despite their bad weaponry in a 5v4, probably favored, but it's another one of these A retakes that NRG have looked so good at. Usually they focus on clearing out showers before they go and dig these players out of lamps.
Crossing, contacting into showers. Depp is really holding a really far back angle. It's a white swing by Som. Molly over the top as well. Buy some time. 10's brought down though. That was a showstopper. Do they have enough house behind this one here? Even without the weapons, yeah, NRG are already calling it. They're just vacating. They want to get out of there. They need to keep these guns. And they will not do so. 10 to 10. Another MasterCard Thrifty added to the collection. Zeta Division.
What a moment to be able to get it done with the poor weaponry. Off the back of Laz lurking. That's the value sometimes of even learning from your defeats, learning from what you're able to achieve in lost rounds. The round where Zeta just decided to send it on B and Laz got that lurk and ends up running behind and Crashes deals with him. It looks a little foolish at the time, but it results in Zeta putting pressure towards B and finding that moment for Laz where he can make something happen and pull everyone back. On top of that, the punish on Artist put them in a very nice spot.
Yeah. NRG lacking a lot of information in that last round.
Yeah, and I think here NRG have already, earlier in this, on that 5-round streak, they're trying to react very quickly to what Zeta were doing because the pace was so high. That round, Zeta changed up the tempo. They faked like it was going to be really quick at the start, baited out all of some smokes, and then hit the brakes. And that left NRG in a tough position where they'd over-rotated to B and overused utility. And that, I think, is going to be part of what this timeout is about, is reassessing that situation. Okay, maybe we can't just act as simplistically against what Zeta are doing.
I think they've already got a good answer as well. Just looking at the setup here, operator purchase for Artist, and he's going to be watching, at least with his trademark, close towards it. He's taking Showers control.
Oh, and meantime, you've got Finesse with a Judge who's either going to be playing towards Short or Lamps.
And so this is where real answer to try and stop these lurks from happening.
Is it YZ on the other side? 10's got a Judge and a Showstopper.
Might be able to clear them out here. Grouped up, stuns are very good. Artist, almost the connection. Away though with the TP. He's close to the corner here. Does need to back away. Surely here's the dog now. Yeah, right behind Triple. Fast lane, right in his face. There's another connection with the stun. Showstopper, close, doesn't land it. Doesn't let it loose. Finesse still holding this ground. He is vulnerable up. Exchange of the guns here, taking a ton of damage.
There's no way you expect Depp to be pushed all the way deep like that.
Yeah, Fox in the pen, really. It's right behind them. He's regained control of Lamps for them. On top of that, the pit's there, but already this reflank attempt of NRG pushing up straight through down into Short. They're going to have to try and flip the map, but they are really just being squeezed from two avenues. Having control still there, Splash deep into it. Molly and Util exchange, it's all the game of timings. Sugar Zero's turn this time, and backs away critically, crucially. Just making them feel uncomfortable. Can't really sit still onto this one, but here it is. Crashies. The fuse is half covered. Molly's late, it's half. Onto the defuse! Laz spraying it down, damage done to Artist. Chances for him to win it, but really with it ticking like this, it just looks unlikely. And it is 11-10.
Awesome adaptations from Zeta very late into this game. When things were tied up at 10 apiece, before Zeta got these last two, it looked like they were out. They didn't have an answer to what was happening. And they've made the adjustment just in time by the look of things. These last couple of rounds, they've found their entries into sites and been able to hold off the retake attempts. Really nice flank on the flank from Sugar Zero. He got a little whiffy and he still managed to find some success. And now with 5 seconds, you got Artist with an operator looking towards Short and everyone else on Zeta grouped up around there.
They'll be using stuns to set them up on these angles. With the Seekers on top of it. Yeah, hard pressed to really get value there. Tucked to the corner with the TP. Fast lane up already. They want to seek to punish this. Good shot to connect. Artist still with another one. A 1-2 punch. It's a one-man army. Into the smoke. Crow making another go of the play as well. There's that connection! But it's all Artist once more. Picked up the pieces for it. Reflank attempt.
Well, what a tough situation for Artist to get anything done. Double Jewel is hunting him down after Seekers are in his face, and yet he delivers over and over for NRG, drawing things back up level at 11 apiece. The shot as well onto Dev. I think barely just catches his hand.
Yeah.
That's like an elbow shot. And then he's back there to be able to pick up 10 and was swinging with a Judge. Some ridiculous shots there. Anyone's game.
He is. No presence towards B for Zeta. Depp has ran through.
Walked through. He's half health.
Yeah, all the way through here. I mean, there's a heal to throw. Doesn't want to use it though, not just yet. Using the dog. Blazer. Spotting the one. Fast lane as well. Almost faking the presence, but there is a spike still in Crow's hands. Not like they can really pivot to anything here. Forcing out this util. Okay, Showstopper. Victor.
Bad timing on it. They thought that Zeta had already committed to the site.
Exactly.
Victor won that back, but
10.
Wow, well guessed.
Trying to tuck himself to the corner. There's no safety there. Not from it. They're still holding that space, though. It is
Back into Ardis.
pump fake. Ardis is here. Cannot adjust in time. Laz is there with it, but it's an approach on basically every sector of the map.
Zeta are going to speed things up here. They're going to have a 3v4 situation where they have some timing to be able to reposition. It's a nice orb too, though Victor might feel confident slipping behind it.
He does. He uses it across.
Does he know that Sugar Zero's already fairly deep in elbow?
Sugar Zero. It's got to be called. It's got to be called. He's not ready. Nade re-earn for Victor. Lovely jump spot. The boom bot eating the bullets. Has to be a miracle now. Laz, shots are rattling and hitting. It's 3 so far. Can he make it 4? All the way to the side. ADS, 8 bullets left. That's the ace. Laz. That's what dreams are made of.
What a hero moment from Laz. From the very beginning, the opening shot to start that entire round is just a deletion of Ardis.
Oh my.
I mean, that is beautiful. Some of the shots he's hit here are the tiniest little pixels. He's so talented. But to put it together in this round, to give his team match point.
That is cold.
What a moment.
And it's 12-11. Like you said, it's map point. Would be monumental for Zeta Division.
Both teams have orbital strike to work with and are 1 away from other very impactful ults. This push is so different.
All the way through, yeah. What a
NRG
way to switch it
not gone
up.
for this. They've pushed out B a couple of times,
Dep's
but
gonna
not
get
out
caught.
through showers.
Dep's not going to suspect it. Yep, back towards it. Patience is played. He can hear it already. Spamming into the corner.
Barely any
Damage
damage
done, yeah. Still on top of the box. It's traded.
But there goes the Brim ult.
It's removed now. One onto the other side here, just rushing into things. 10. He's dropped. Couldn't follow up on the rest of his team. Orbital strike as well. Out into the corner here. Finesse forced to really swing wide into the TP. That was a headshot. Connection. Ardis, though, survives. 5 health. And Victor has brought them to an absolute crawl. 12-12. We're going to overtime.
A result, I think, at the moment that both teams can be fairly happy about. NRG had to dig themselves out of a hole and won't go quietly. Recovering a map point there. But Zeta have showcased that they're able to go toe-to-toe with NRG on one of their best maps, at least historically. Well, we have seen some huge moments from individuals here towards the end. And in the past, we've seen emotions flare high from both of these teams, but I'm especially thinking of the moments that Zeta have come close to success and had it torn away from them at previous tournaments. They will be desperate to hold on here and convert the advantages that they've had on Bind into a victory. On the defense side here, Crow is still in spawn to start this round.
They are late. They are late with this setup. Already rushing to try and again fill up the gaps in a defensive protocol, but he doesn't actually know if they've aggressed onto B long that early, just holding it and jump spotting it. It's all slow though. Patience played by NRG. They know that Ardis has been liking to lurk over towards there. Lovely the jump spot. Caught with a util 10, almost punished.
A lot of respect being shown here by NRG at the start of these rounds, waiting for somebody to peek.
Yep.
I don't think they'll expect that to be neon or ping.
Orb in his face. Can't disrespect it.
And yet still Ardis going for a jump spot. Again, tons of respect being shown, but Deb is gonna have to be the hero for Zeta.
This is where the difference could be made. Doesn't know if they've crossed, holding the sideline, but he orbs up in his face and contacting again. No sound cues. Where is the information? Depp has got to be aware that they pushed up onto this. They could be really far up. They are indeed. Stun to there. Allows him to back away. Flash into the corner. Blinded for but a moment, but he's had to give up that space, and Showers is really being crumbled on, crunched on. Nade, it's delayed. In fact, rebounding actually perfect. 10. Not enough to deny, but he claims his 2. Maybe a winnable scenario. Heel's still online.
And the plant went down, crucially.
Cross through the reposition here. Lamps being held by NRG. Doubled up. How do you fight this one with the operator? Trailblazer taken out. Pushing up, clearing the corners with the rifles here. Has to be an attempt of it. Flash. It's dodged. Depp catches it though. Crashies and Som combine might together. The double face, the double swing. And now NRG One more round will do it.
Excellent navigation of the various threats in that round. 10 did what he could, but the plant still went down, and that put NRG in such a better position. These duels towards the end are so crucial. It's still anybody's game as Crashies hits that 2K towards short, and he seals the deal. Got a feel for Depp in this spot too. Operator in hand wasn't quite able to do what he wanted, I think. He's at 27 kills, playing Neon and Blind. Yeah. I mean, he's a player that sometimes has turned up to these big tournaments and had to get put in the backpack by the rest of the squad. You think about the last time these two teams faced, it was Laz and Sugar Zero doing the heavy lifting and 10 having big raise maps. You know, when they were playing on split, that kind of thing. It wasn't Depp, the main duelist, being able to put this level of output. And if Zeta end up losing this next round, it is going to be heartbreaking for them, because they have had their chances here on a strange map selection and an unusual composition that we don't see from many teams, but they've brought it to NRG, a team that's currently playing a little like a wounded beast.
Oh yeah, cornered. Still one more round will do it for them. They'll take the map early on in this series, and it could be, like you said, Josh, you know, heartbreak, I think, for Zeta Division. The potential of looking back at this round here is the real turning point in the entirety of this series, this elimination game.
Zeta have been going for these 5-person group up hits.
How does this here with an op? Need Util to push him off the angle on Showers. Here it is. At least the snake bite, wall to set him up.
They're watching for the push. NRG have only done that a single time. Not that Zeta necessarily know. Finesse was here in case it was a fast A hit, and now he's fallen off. On his way back though with the Trailblazer and the smokes.
Yeah. Victor pushed away from this one. Is there the committal from Zeta? It looks likely, yep. Satcheling through. Lamp's control is theirs, and 10 has the judge. Plays, and Mischief is going to get up to tap onto the plant. Again, they have to force out this util. It's a snakebite and nade actually overlapped here from NRG. Chances, maybe make a go of it with the rotations. They still don't have Showers control. Do they leave 10 into this? Yeah, they're going to take it all the way through the TPs, but where do they commit? They didn't have any of that prior control.
It's a fake.
It's back to 8, because 10's holding the play. Yeah, he's holding the space, I should say.
10 is hoping that NRG re-clear through Lamps right now.
But Ardis is going to be the thorn in their sides, isn't he? Still locked onto Showers control, holding onto it with the operator, contacting his clearance. 10 is there, traded. Good by Victor.
30 seconds left.
4 versus 4 now, into the final moments of this one, and it's all to be decided. Not a one fight, 2 players left standing, Zeta. Are they really going to fall? Another TP to disengage away with the spike, catching it. Sugar Zero, there's one, and it's evened out still. 13 seconds.
Good flash as well. Crow knows that he has a little bit of time to get this down and reposition.
Crashes is fast onto the angle. Damage done, but no kill. Sugar Zero still there. Peeking onto it, Victor. He's not going to land his shot. Still regrouping. Him and his teammate now tucking into elbow. Still 2 versus 2. Sugar Zero is going for an absolute jog, a marathon sprint round. Crow needs his help, and he needs it now, or does he? Wins his first fight out. Victor's not fast enough, and here's the time pressure. Pushed onto Victor. Flashed off of it. Half onto it, doesn't land. The shots from Zeta, still another chance. Victor, he doesn't know where they are, hiding in wait. Sugar Zero not revealing a thing. Victor, no more bullets, only the shorty. And at range, he can't win it. It's another round of OT.
The saviors for Zeta. Crow and Sugar Zero step up to deliver that round. My God, that one was close. The teleporters zipping from site to site. You thought Ardis might have had a clue there in that moment. He went for a little jump peek over towards triple, but just didn't spot the opposing brim. And Sugar Zero's got a really nice kind of lurk play there, staying behind on A, and the full reposition. Even if Crow had gone down, Sugar Zero was wrapping that one up. He'd sold Victor. A real tail.
I have the spike.
Round and round we go here. The flash did connect. You can see it's forced a rotation out of Depp. He's already running through the spawn.
10 has deliberately bought a judge in overtime.
I mean, there's been many instances of that.
Yeah. I mean, it worked when Billy were playing against NRG. Why not?
This is an interesting setup. It's a slide-off angle, I think, by Crow. Tagged onto Laz. They don't like the look of that, NRG. The Boombot triggered. I think they heard 2 players firing, so that's why they're backing away.
And just the counter utility was too fast. You know that they're fighting over that area.
Yeah. Again,
But
this anticipated.
This has driven them into 10.
Scout destroyed.
Spotted.
Yeah, they hear it. That is a very difficult ask. You still
so
want to try and fight off of this.
They're applying pressure here, though, Brent, I think, so that Artist can make space over towards B, and they can then send it through the teleporter back over to him. Artist could be the crucial playmaker here if he takes a duel against Laz.
Him versus Laz, they're moving back over towards B. Artist is making the
30
call.
seconds left.
30 seconds, though.
Saying that they've rotated off, and again, yeah, Laz, if he survives, could put a stop to this. They're already running.
There's so little time.
And there is no second chances here. Wall up in their faces. Flash doesn't connect here. Victor taking so much damage in the process towards the back of it. Damage is there. Spike drop down. And dead with the stun. Brutalized. Artist has to plan this one. 10 has to lock down this angle. Still is being pressured and pushed off to the corner as well. Backing away. He's only got the Sheriff. It's all over the place. But there is that extension. Spike was planted.
Shot.
Yep, only
He
the
got
one
team
shot.
flashed.
No reloads inside. Tour de Force is there. Spots it out. Gets the reload. Finesse. Can't win it. Artist with a Tour de Force. 10. He's jumping around. He's making a mockery of it. But he's got so much more to do here. And against the Tour de Force, it would have to be a belter of a shot. He thinks he's pushed on the angle. Spike ticking. How do you win this one? Enough time waited. Artist actually off the angle here. The only way he wins it is by sticking it to half at this point. He's guessed incorrectly. Onto the corner, forcing it out wide. Jump spot, Artist.
No
it's impeccable.
time.
It's impeccable. The way he's played it, yes, he hits the shot, but Artist left it with no chances, really. No chance at all.
Awesome round there called by Finesse. Bit of a masterclass round, if I do say so myself. I mean, that situation, they identify with the Trailblazer that 10 is holding with that judge inside Lamps, and just give Artist the freedom to be able to work up B-long, and then reconnect back with him, and the trade-outs, despite a bit of a spray down from Depp inside Tube, the trade-outs are good on site. Look at the reaction, too, from Laz.
No reaction from Jet.
Yeah, Chet was a little
Par for the
concerned there for a
course.
moment.
Yeah, par for the course. I mean, so far, the map is really living up to the weight.
I mean, this is a heater of a game. And it feels like perhaps this is just the bias of being in the moment, but it feels like so much is going to end up being decided by this.
Yeah. I do think so. I mean, Zeta's map pick here. They lose it, it's brutal. You've got to think their chances of committing, this upset against NRG, getting that vengeance that's been long awaited, it just makes it so much more harder.
It goes down dramatically, their chances, if they're not able to convert. But on the other side, NRG have certainly been pushed. They're going to go for the glass cannon operator here in order to close things out and win on bind.
And Artist has been more than consistent with it. I mean, look at him, top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's been very good.
He's been pulling off insane shots. Doesn't look like he's going to be getting too many targets just from the look at his setup once more. Zeta. Grouped up. Looks like a fast take towards Showers.
Som has not been challenging that particularly heavily. I'll just pop the smoke down and make note of the utility that's being used. Now, they did go for the Showers crunch during regulation quite a bit, but there's nobody to follow up on the Trailblazer from Crashy, so NRG are not going to send that this time. They don't actually have many tools to be able to retake Showers. So this might finally be Zeta being able to find a piece of map control that NRG can't respond to. 4 players are stacked on A.
Yeah, into short. They are stacked up. 10. Really just leaving him as that late lurk player. He's worried about potential push from behind and that reflank.
Well, just judging by the spread on Zeta's attack here, it might be that top fragger glass cannon operator Artist who ends up deciding things. No, the Spike heading back over to market.
Here. I mean, Victor is so far ahead of everything. This angle you just do not expect. He's got one satchel, potentially to get out. He's ahead of it still to the corner. Last shuts it right down. Finesse is here. Crosshair placement's not good at all. Yes, still he wrangles it with him and crashes. He's running into him.
Spike down A.
And this is it, surely, the turning point. Zeta are getting picked apart, peeled to pieces. TP, the rotation's 30 seconds left. It's 2 players versus the might of NRG. This is their playground. The util to choke them out, 15 seconds. 3 players waiting for them. It's just impossible for Zeta. The flash, there's the connection, but it's all sprayed down. And NRG gonna be leading that series.
Dodging a bullet on a map pick that's been historically excellent for them, NRG prevail. A series of rounds there that got them back into the game, and though Zeta made it tough, NRG certainly had to work for it. I think they can be happy about that one. Curveball being thrown at them with the neon rays composition. Zeta with a bit of a pocket pick, but refuted.
We'll find out what's left as well in this series as well. A short break on the other side of things, a continuation of the series. Don't go anywhere.